draft was saying, oh, no one wants to take James Harden. He's a dribbler. Giannis Antetokounmpo makes a joke on the air about, I want to take someone who can pass. I'm taking Kemba Walker instead of James Harden.
I average more assists than him, I think.
You ranked 10th in assists going into the All-Star break, and Kemba ranked 36th in assists going into the All-Star break.
So I don't see what the joke is, but I didn't even see it. And I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I just know none of them can mess with me.
Well, Daryl Morey, your general manager, had a great line to kind of address all of that. He said, being different doesn't really get appreciated until it works.
Yeah, or when I'm done. When it's all said and done, they'll appreciate it more. But I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like, that takes no skill at all. I got to actually learn how to play basketball and how to have skill, I take that any day.
Do you think that in the end, a title is going to give you the respect that you think you deserve?
I mean, it is, and I will get it.
You feel confident about that?
Yes.
Arm tucking under and hooking Bam Adebayo to seek contact. And those were the calls that he had mastered, that he used to get, that now officials are not calling. Tries to tuck under to create the contact. And the tricky part, though, James Harden left-handed, so he's...
What's going on, everybody? It's Max from the Mama's Legacy podcast, and we're here to talk about James Harden struggling. And I think it's quite apparent that he is against the Hornets opening night, shot 6 for 16, 2 for 8 from 3. His rebounding and passing has been decent this year. I mean, it always is with him, but his scoring, the thing he's known for... I mean, the question is James Harden the scorer that we thought he all was before the rule changes got implemented? I believe so still, but right now he's struggling. Opening night, 15 points, shooting 6 for 16. Then against the Wizards, shot 5 for 17 and 1 for 8 from 3. Against the Heat, 4 for 12, 3 for 8 from 3. I mean, James Harden is clearly struggling this year, and everybody's saying it's the rule changes, and I agree. His free throws have gone down tremendously, and this year he's only averaging 18.6 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 8.6 assists. Is that James Harden level? No, it is not. James Harden's supposed to be a top 5 player in this league, and he's playing like a top, maybe edging 25 player in this league. I mean, he's still playing solid basketball, but the Brooklyn Nets need him to be the James Harden of old, especially considering that Kyrie Irving is out. And there's no timetable on that. Kevin Durant needs his Robin, and James Harden's got to be that guy, and he needs to get his stuff together. But we're going to dive a deeper look into this. What is the real reason why James Harden is struggling this season?
Just has the easy lay-in.
8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Domantas Sabonis. Stop and go. Harden loses the ball, and he is absolutely looking for a call. Sabonis inside, ricochet, out of bounds.
Let's take a look and see if he should be getting a call here. So the forearm of Duarte, I mean, I don't understand how that's not a call.
Is it the free throws? I don't think so. So James Harden has shot anywhere from 9 to 12 free throws a game throughout his career. And this season, you compare that to only 3. There's quite a change right there. And again, it's the ruling. They're giving more leeway to the defense and less fouls this year, and a lot of players are struggling, not just Harden, but it seems to be Harden's the poster boy for these rules being implemented. I mean, many NBA fans know why James Harden is known for flopping, selling fouls, hooking his arm, as you saw in the opening clip when James Harden threw his arm underneath Bam's. That's what he's known for, and typically he gets that every time, but this season he's not getting it. And myself included, I do enjoy the new rules. I like seeing better defense being played, not being scared to play defense. In the past, players like my Lakers, we played defense on James Harden with our hands behind our back because of how many fouls that they were getting. And, with the new rules, it's kind of stopped that. But is it the free throws? No. I don't think it's the free throws on why James Harden's playing so bad. I do believe it's not helping, obviously. I think that's going to cause him to not get to where he should be as fast as he can be. But I don't think this is the period, point-blank reason why James Harden is not that guy. And I think the arguments that he's a terrible player, never was good and relied on free throws are completely, based on no evidence other than, just 5 games of lower free throws. I don't think that's a really fair judgment to say compared to all the past evidence you have of James Harden being a top scorer in the game of basketball.
I think the confidence and just my rhythm and all that's coming back, simultaneously together. And, It's just, it feels much, much better. I mean, I kind of knew that I was going to have a slow start just because I wasn't, playing a lot. But I knew the work was going to catch up, and ultimately I was going to get back to where I needed to be. So game by game, I'm just feeling better.
James Harden spent all of this offseason rehabbing for an injury that appeared 3 times last year, and for any NBA player, that's an excruciating process of just recovering, not being able to practice, not being able to play ball, not being able to go against other competition. It devastates you and it derails you for, the next couple months. I mean, who really expects Klay Thompson to come back at 90%? Nobody really does. Everybody would hope he does, and everybody wishes the best for him. But the likelihood of them coming back and being a dominant player is so low. And the expectations we put on James Harden to come back and be dominant were way too high, and they needed to, take a step down. I mean, at the end of the season, we can expect that from him, but certainly not now. In other news, what I'm saying is you can't expect greatness from somebody who's still trying to get the best out of themselves coming back from a devastating injury. Now, James Harden's injury wasn't as bad as Klay Thompson's, who I had just mentioned earlier, but it's still, 3 times in one season having that, you definitely need to take time to figure out how you can help find a solution to the problem and prevent it from happening again. And that's exactly what James Harden did the entire offseason. He didn't get a chance to play against other players. You could hear it from him in his post-game press conference after the Miami Heat loss. James Harden's still trying to get there, trying to get ready. James Harden's still a high IQ basketball player. His shooting has not been the same as usual, but, I mean, you can't look at his assist numbers and be like, oh, they're not that good. You can't look at his rebound numbers and be like, oh, not that good. James Harden's playing the best he can right now, and he will get better. I mean, time and time again, people have wanted to count James Harden out. I remember Game 6 against the Spurs, James Harden looked terrible, and people wanted to count him out then, saying, okay, maybe he's not the guy we thought he was, came back the next year, and he dominated. That's what James Harden does. He's an MVP for a reason. He has a lot of skill. I don't think him not getting free throws is going to devastate his game too much. James Harden's adaptable. James Harden will eventually find a way back to the top, and that's what I'm scared about. The league should watch out, because when James Harden figures out how to get back up to 30 points without the free throws, you guys are going to be shitting bricks. James Harden is one scary player, and when he is turned on, nobody in this world can guard him. It's going to be really scary for the rest of the league. James Harden figuring out how to combat these injuries is going to combat these injuries, combat these rules, come back and play like a superhuman is going to be insane. I believe that we've hated him so much. This is only going to fuel the fire. He's not like a Ben Simmons type player who doesn't want to get better. James Harden wants to be the best. James Harden wants to win a ring. James Harden wants to be the best he can be. James Harden has that fire underneath him. He has the work ethic. James Harden's going to go out there and he's going to figure out how to get this problem solved. That's what you guys, I don't think, are realizing. Some of you guys are. The James Harden fans out there know what I'm talking about. James Harden is scary when he works, and he's working right now. He had a 29-point game against the Pacers. It was one out of the 5 games he played so far, and the other 4 have not been that great. But James Harden, we saw a glimpse of it. You can't sit here and say that, hey, he can't do that again, because James Harden, on the line, if I need a player to score 60 points, him and Kevin Durant are the top 2 players I'm taking. And I hate Brooklyn. I'm a Lakers fan. But if I need 60 points or I die, drop dead, I'm taking James Harden probably over Kevin Durant too, in my opinion, because James Harden is that dude. James Harden will be back, and I'm scared for the rest of the league. I believe that he will dominate. Now, I'm going to wrap up this video with that, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below if you think James Harden is going to turn this season around. And while you're at it, comment your favorite James Harden moment. You've seen him play, watched him play, anything. What was your favorite James Harden moment you've seen him do? Want to interact with you guys some more. We're going to have more uploads coming up soon, and I'm really excited to get into this. I'm also going to be starting a second channel where I talk about movies, anime, less side of the sports and more of me side. Really hope you guys are interested in that. Comment down below if you are interested in me doing that. I'm going to start the second channel real soon here, and I'm excited to hear what you guys have to think about that. But in other news, again, thank you all for tuning into this Mama's Legacy podcast episode breaking down the GOAT, James Harden, one of the greatest scorers of all time. And I do appreciate all you guys tuning in, and make sure like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.